All right, we are live. What is up, everybody? It is crazy. We got JB the Great here, Tiana Burse. Tiana, how you doing?
I'm so good, JB. I'm so good. I'm so fired up about this right now.
Yeah, me too. Me too. And there's people listening in right now, and they're probably trying to figure out what are these two up to. When you have like Tiana, Forbes, Entrepreneur Magazine, and BuzzFeed, all these other things, official Facebook partnership, right? You are killing it. You're killing it. You're killing it. And so, guys, if you're listening to this audio, you're really in for a great treat, because what T and I have decided to do, I call it T for short, we decided to come together to help more people maximize results in their life and business. And it's pretty crazy because we've known each other, T, it's been since what, 2013 or something?
2013. This has been a long time coming. I mean, and we've always been the best of friends, the closest of friends. So
right. Yeah. It's been a long time coming. And in that time period, we've been able to help so many people get insane results. I mean, what you've done, millions of dollars in business, what I've done, millions of dollars in business. And now we pretty much have a easy blueprint and system that can help any business owner, no matter what industry they're in, no matter what they're dealing with in their business. If they're, literally making less than $100,000 a year, or making over $1 million a year, or $5 million a year, right? The systems that we put together can literally help them take things to the next level.
100%. And we've done this with so many businesses. As you know, I partnered with a $10 million entity more recently, and it's the same systems. You put that system in play and people, businesses get results.
Right. Now let's talk a little bit about this, because we want to give like massive value while everybody's on. And then also, guys, another thing too is that you'll be able to schedule a breakthrough session with us. And what a breakthrough session is pretty much 15-20 minute call where we're going to, take a look at your business, see what you're doing, and see what problems you have, and literally zoom in and focus on providing solutions. And this is how people are able to work with us now. And so anytime during this call, you'll be able to literally click that schedule breakthrough session button. You'll be able to schedule a session with us based on the day that works best for you and the time. And then we're going to get on, see what we can do, see if we are even in a position to help you, because we're focused on helping winners, right, T?
Right.
And so, and then we also want to scare away the people who are not serious. So if you aren't trying to get to the next level, if you want to play small, if you don't care about your family, your kids, your employees, your business, you don't care about winning this year, right? This is not for you. But if you're one of those people, right, who are serious about leveling up, getting to the next level, right? Taking your brand to levels beyond what you can even imagine right now, doubling, tripling, quadrupling your income in ways like never before. You're ready to really leave that impact and leave that imprint in this world. This is right for you. That was good.
It was. And you're 100%, you're 100% right, JB. You and I both know that in order to level up, you have to be the person who's ready to level up. And we only work with winners because we want to help people elevate what they currently have and maximize what they're currently doing and get the results that they really deserve.
Right. Yeah, I agree with that. And, here's the thing before I kind of ask you a couple of questions, because I just really like this dialogue that we're having. Most people, they go to a webinar, they go see a PowerPoint from a guru, a person that's made millions of dollars, which all of us, we know all of them, right? So
right.
It's so funny, they spend like 3 days working on their PowerPoint and they're just putting together some fluff. And we decided that we're just going to have a real conversation because people are sick of the shit. They're excited and they're ready for real results that can actually, bridge the gap in between what they've been struggling with. And so, guys, anytime during this call, you can just press that schedule your breakthrough session button, schedule breakthrough session, and then you'll be able to schedule a call with us. So, T, tell me this, right? $10 million client.
Yep.
What was kind of some of the problems that she was having in her business?
So one of the problems that she was having in her business is that it wasn't moving away from her and she was stuck. And believe it or not, at $10 million, it's tough to be stuck because I both know the profit margin in any business is roughly 30 to 40% if they're lucky.
Right.
So so because of the lack of innovation, because there's no innovation. She didn't innovate her business at all for the last decade. So she's 10 years behind the curve. So
oh my God.
Yeah. Oh my God is right. So we had to do a deep dive into what problems she was having internally with her staff. We had to take a deep look under the hood of what was going on and why she wasn't growing. And innovation was a big part of it. She wasn't running any social media ads. She didn't have any campaigns. She was just literally in my professional opinion, I don't even know what the book is called. What's that book called with all the numbers and stuff in it? Like the yellow pages. So she was in a
oh my God.
I know, she was in a yellow page era, and we're in a technology driven era today. So we had to actually take everything that she had, and there was a lot of internal issues why they weren't growing. They had to add on different staff. They had to add on an additional sales. They had to let people go in order to make room for new people to help elevate. So we literally had to do a deep dive under the hood. And so that was her issue. And so everyone's issue is very different, but the commonality and the common theme that I've seen with a lot of business owners, we work with 5-star restaurants, all the way to individuals who just have an idea and they want to launch it, but they make 6 figures, is that they don't know where to start. They don't have the blueprint. They don't understand that social media is psychological, nothing more, nothing less, and so is sales. And so for us, we see a common theme, which is lack of innovation, lack of campaigns, and lack of social media driven traffic.
Right. And yeah, you make a very good point, because I've been spending a lot of time talking to, these are mega giants. Multimillionaires, they're running, $100 million companies, and they're so stuck in their business. And the biggest thing, a lot of it has to do is because what got them to 7 figures, 8 figures, 9 figures isn't going to take them to that next level, right? Because they're doing business from 5 years ago, 10 years ago.
Exactly.
Yeah. And so,
as you know, JB, technology waits for no one.
Right.
There's flying cars right now. We just don't have access to it.
Right. Yeah. And you're right about that. And I think what I find interesting is, once we're able to take a look at, people's business model, immediately we're able to, see the issue there. And a lot of it has to do, again, also too, with the fact that they were running their business a certain way. And now there's a new way to do it to make it all work that can give people the time freedom that they want and leverage. And by simply, putting these systems in place, people are seeing their business shift within the first week. I was just working with a client on my end, and they have generated millions of dollars. They own emergency rooms, different things like that. And there was a staffing issue, right? And so I literally came in, helped get that organized, got the team fired up. She called me. She said, "Oh my God." She said, "I've been trying to do this for 6 months. You came in and did it in 24 hours, right?" And so, yeah, she said, this even, helped my marriage, right? And different things like that, because, especially when, husband and wife are running their business, first of all, they're already stressed. They're going through a lot anyway. They got the kids, the grandkids, the family. And the last thing you need is problems with the business that you're bringing home, right? And yeah, and we also see T, and I think that you can also attest to this, especially a lot of women who are in business and they don't have that support from, spouse, fiance, different things like that. What have you been seeing on your end from, when a lot of that, I think, comes from the lack of clarity on their end? Because normally when you get clear, everything falls into place, and so does the situations around you.
Yeah, so clarity equals power. And when you have a clear mind, you're able to move at a different level. I say at a different capacity, universally, right? So on my end, I've seen two totally different things, and I've actually experienced it really early on in my career, as you know, Justin, is that, I had people take me seriously, and I had people who didn't take me that seriously because I was a woman. I just had a conversation with a huge construction company out of Los Angeles. They were referred to me through a girl who knows me on social media, 2 men. They had talked to 2 different companies, both male-driven owned companies. JB, this is no bullshit. This happened 2 days ago. And they said, "We don't want to take any more calls because you're the one." And I think what I've been able to do is maintain a different level of posture, that I know that I'm a female, but that doesn't necessarily hold me back or hold a female back from getting the business of anyone. It could be male or female. So I think what I've seen, and I've helped a lot of females do, is change their posture and change the intention that they're looking for when they're going into a meeting, or they're going into wanting to close a deal, or going into wanting to land a really big client. And they've seen some pretty epic results within about 72 hours.
Wow. Yeah. And that is pretty, it's first, that's hella good, right? I mean, that is really phenomenal. And you talk about really an issue that a lot of women are dealing with in the marketplace. And so, what I see on my end too, I have a lot of women business owners. They'll come, they say, hey, look, my business is stuck here. We're doing like 20,000 a month in sales, or right now we're actually not doing any sales because they took out, $35,000 loan. They got with the wrong people, wrong situations. They bought too many products. They have products in the warehouse, or they can't get their coaching program off the ground, or, right, they were killing it back then. They've been trying to find their way back. You see what I'm saying? And so I think right now it's people just stepping up, first making a decision to step up and take what they're doing serious. I was just talking to a client. I'm not going to say too much because a lot of my people watch stuff, and I'm not trying to share their personal stuff, right? And so, but I was telling her, I was like, look, I get it, right? You paid all this money and different things like that, and I'm here to help you, but you haven't made a decision to step up in your life, right? Super wealthy, super rich, and stuck in her life, right? Unhappy in the marriage, and it's affecting the business, right? And she, she's done some really great stuff. Again, I want to kind of be specific there, but I know she's going to watch the video. But I'm saying that in a way that I know that she's going to break through the moment she gets that clarity. And that's what we've been working on. And so what about the whole emotional aspect of business, T? From what you see of of that, sometimes it's a roller coaster ride, right?
It's, and this is where having a support system is super important, because when you have these ebbs and flows, when you're in a marriage or a relationship, it actually goes into your business, because you're now feeling a certain emotion that you didn't normally feel before. And now you're trying to level up mentally, but your vision is clouded because you have personal issues. So what I've been able to coach a lot of females on, especially ones in relationships, is to get a nice balancing act when it comes to your emotions, because you can't make decisions in business when your emotions are high. You just can't. You shouldn't make big decisions even in life when your emotions are high, to be honest with you. And so I've been able to really help them build this foundation. I really call it the emotional foundation. And what that's done is it's allowed them to take a step back when their emotions are high and actually go through this worksheet where they're able to almost do a count to 10, but they do it in a worksheet form where they go, okay, let me get back to my genius, let me get my emotions back to the balance that it needs to be, so I can run my business far more effectively and not run it based on emotion.
Yeah, exactly. Because I think that people don't understand how big your emotions do play in your business. And so, some people, they're like, oh, I'm not feeling great today. And they're trying to figure out why their sales are crappy. And many times we think that once things start getting good, we'll start feeling better. But we got to make the decision first to feel good. And then everything else starts working itself out.
100%.
Right. And I know that people are going to be excited to get that information, inside of our new program, because most of the things that people thought, it's not working for them. And here's the thing. They're reading all these books. They're from video to video, right? They're trying to get all these mentors, and they're trying to figure out why they're still stuck. And really, they just have an attitude problem. And we work with people on that, how to step beyond this invisible imaginary line that you placed in front of yourself in your business, where that's causing you to not really get the results you want.
100%. And you're spot on. I always say this, right? Like, your body doesn't go first, your mind goes first. Your mind says walk, you walk, right? I mean, you may do it unconsciously, unknowingly, but the mind goes, the body follows. Well, I see that as the same thing as what you said. you have to feel as if you have revenue of 10 million before you attract the revenue of 10 million.
Oh, you're getting some messages over there, huh?
I know. It's a client.
Yeah.
I'm just getting blown up right now, bro. It's
Right.
like,
Yeah, I already know. Look, your phone's blowing up over there. Mine's is too. I'm just like, oh my God. And then the crazy thing about it is that, you know, we've been able to run very successful businesses from home, from the office, right? From wherever we are. You're in your office right now in Sacramento, right? And I'm headquartered out here in Dallas, Texas. And let me ask you this, right? Because you're one of the lucky few in the world to have an official Facebook partnership. How did that feel when they first approached you? And what are some of the results that you've seen from the very, because we're going to teach people how to do this. Now we're not guaranteeing anyone's going to, you know, get a call from Facebook like you did, right? But they can at least get on the right track to build their life and build their business. But, you know, when they reached out to you, offered you this, and from that point in the results you've gotten, how did all of that feel?
So it felt amazing. And to be quite frank and transparent, because, you know, I'm super transparent, when I got the email, I actually had to go and check the email to make sure it wasn't a scam. Like, I'm like, is this a real Facebook?
Right.
Is this a real human? Like, let me
Right.
check. And then what she did, what Isabel did, was that she had basically CC'd 4 of the executives. And then I knew that it was legit. And so, you know, it felt amazing. And I believe what I did was just be super consistent with my own brand. And I got to be honest, you know, I think, you know, opportunity is just you being prepared for, or me being lucky. I feel very lucky to have a partnership, but that's because I was ready for the opportunity when it presented itself, right? I didn't turn it down. I didn't walk away. I did my homework. I realized that it was real. We got on a call with 4 executives. They said they wanted to make me the poster child for what they want this distribution platform to be as a success. And they've delivered. And now I not only am on Facebook Watch, which is a distribution platform that not many have. The people that do have it are Gary Vaynerchuk, Oprah, Jada Pinkett Smith, Will Smith, and I'm right there with them. And, you know, you have a moment in time where, like, you get a little, like, you get all up in your feelings. Like, oh my God, like, all of, like, the closet crying moments just paid off, and the rest is history. And so, you know, I've seen some phenomenal results, clearly. I have Hustle Season, my actual show. I'm actually in talks right now with the TV network who saw it on Facebook.
Right, which is very cool.
Which is so cool. And I just have seen just this influx of 80,000 people who are watching and consuming, and I've reached millions of people on videos, and it's like the impact that I feel like.
And you've really seen that too, just to add validation to that, because some people, you know, there's always those people like, oh, there's no way life can be going so good for her. No, here's the truth. I've seen the numbers. I've seen the video viewers, right? I've seen it all. And that's really cool, T.
Yeah, I mean, but you know, here's the thing though. I just built a brand. That's it. And anyone can do that. I have Shelby. She's one of my clients. She's literally had a phone call this morning. She's working with a TV producer, and MTV might want her show, but she's built a brand called Not So Rich, Not So Famous that we actually created at the bar at the hotel in Los Angeles when I went to pick up my niece one time. She came to visit me at the hotel. Shelby did. We literally had a couple cocktails. I said, your brand is called Not So Rich, Not So Famous. You're going to do A, B, C, D. And you fast forward 2 years later, she's literally getting picked up by TV network. So, you know, I'm special, but I think everybody's special. Everybody has that thumbprint. Right. And I believe
that talent and gift inside. Yeah.
And I feel like with the right resources, the right tactic, the right ideas, executed the right way on social, anyone can potentially get a call from a TV network or Facebook or Instagram or YouTube.
Right. Yeah. And you're exactly right about that. People think it's difficult, right, to build a brand, to make money, to make millions of dollars. And no, now you're going to work your ass off, right? That's in anything in life, right? So you're going to work hard, but there's a better way of working smarter and actually having the time, freedom, and also the lifestyle that you want. And so it's so crazy because, you know, both of us, we don't really wake up to an alarm clock unless we have an early ass meeting or something like that, right? And so, you know, like, you know, we're doing that, but we're able to completely create our lives. And not only that, but We've been able to employ people, help people shift their life, change their life, make a lot of money. Before I ask you a couple more questions, let's talk real quick to the smart ones that stayed on the call so far to let them know what they're going to be getting. You and I, we've come together and our focus is helping people maximize results, right? Regardless of wherever they are. Like we said, if you're less than 100K, you know, right now in your business, over 1 million, 5 million. So let's talk a little bit about what that process is going to look like for people. So they schedule their breakthrough session. We take a look at what they need. You know, from that point, we offer them a price, right? Because this is not free. Right. So you should be willing to invest into yourself and into your business. However, this is the best money that you'll spend ever because you're not just getting, some random coach. You're getting myself and Tiana Burse, right? Which is a very big deal. And we're going to come into your business and literally what I like about this is that it's customized.
It's all
right?
customized.
So it's
all customized.
Yeah.
It's and one of the things that I've preached to people too, and they all know it and see it, is that you have your team, and your team is incredibly talented. You know, I know from personal experience, and then we have my team, super incredibly talented. So they're getting two of the greatest people who know about branding and marketing and maximizing results, no matter where you're at in your business. Two of the greatest in the world. You and I are the greatest in the world, and also our talented team. And the process is so customized because every business is very different. And that's one of the reasons why we've stood out and we're such in high demand is because we're looking at you and your business, not your competitor and what they're doing, not the person down the street. We're looking at what you are doing, what you need to do, what's best for your company based upon what you offer with your location or with your brand. And then we build it out for you like no one ever has had that. So you're the only, like it's an original concept with you and we know what works. We just do.
So T, cool. So it's customized, so good for everybody because like you said, every business is different, right? You know, if you own a salon or you have a construction company or you have a coaching program or you're trying to sell your own courses or whatever you're doing, right? Every business is different. But here's the other thing about it too. Inside of our academy, we have resources available. So T, tell a little bit about some of the trainings you've done and I'll tell some of the things that they're going to get from me too, but some of the resources, you know, that you've already created that they're going to get access to immediately.
Yeah. So I've been in the lab, so to speak, for many, many months. And what I've been able to create is a full-on marketing and branding blueprint. There is 33 total videos, which is it's a lot. But I literally walk everyone through the starting point. If you have a company, how you can start to have your employees kind of do the marketing for you based upon the training that I provided in there. We break down the blueprint. What does marketing look like? Marketing gravity. That's a big deal. PR, how did I get into BuzzFeed and Yahoo Finance and NASDAQ and Entrepreneur and Forbes? I mean, that's still marketing. We have to look at publications as a form of marketing and third-party credibility. How did I do that? How any business can do it too. Why specifically a business needs to do it. Social media marketing campaigns. I break down the 7 steps to every successful campaign that we've ever created, and then what it looks like to scale your business. And there's a lot, and then that comes with clearly that customizable blueprint. So not only do you have the picture, which is the videos, because the picture's worth more than 1,000 words to follow, but you have the blueprint, which then speeds up your success by decades, years, days.
Yeah, so they're getting a lot of stuff, right? A lot of stuff already, just from you. And these are things that people need. And what I like about it, the reason why we do already have the standalone videos is because whenever we point you, you can always go back to those and get the in-depth information. And so that's what's really good about it, because even from my end, you're going to get a lot of mindset stuff, right? What it takes to literally start creating those massive results, right? And the mindset needed to get to the next level. So I'm bringing over 50 videos into the academy. So, almost 80 videos of content that they're going to get access to immediately. And another thing that, I think is really powerful when it comes to the whole branding aspect of, how to create a rock star brand, right? A lot of people don't even know that, already have hundreds of thousands of followers on social media. And these aren't just any type of followers, right? These are buyers. And so, these are people who are buying content. These are people who are, doing business with me. And we're going to teach you guys exactly how to do that, how to create a rock star brand, either for yourself or your business, right? So you're going to get that. And then we're going to do some traffic and conversions work, which is pretty much, if you've been trying to get more people to your website or more people to see your products and services, you're going to learn exactly how to do that using social media and Facebook ads and Instagram ads, right? And so you'll even find us on YouTube, right? We're there. We're on LinkedIn, Pinterest. You need to know how to use these different things. And it may seem overwhelming. At first, you're like, oh my God, but it's actually a lot simpler than what you think. And then one of the things that we teach you is how to leverage this, right? How to have other people do this for you. So you're just collecting the checks, right? And running your business, spending your time running your business, right? And so, all of this you guys are getting access to, and you'll even be able to see beneath this video that we have everything that's offered, inside of this academy. But not only that, we're going to be working with you personally. And T, that really excites me, right? Because I think one thing about us is we love that.
We do. And I'm getting the messages from thousands of people on a weekly basis saying, T, I need help. I have an idea. And as my business partner, he's in a different space and he always jokes around like I'm always on the computer, but like, we have that time freedom. And he goes, I don't know how you're always on the computer, but yet you're being featured everywhere. And it's like, when you can build a rock star brand, and here's how I equate it, is that your followers become your disciples. They become your marketing. Like the construction company that's worth tens of millions of dollars out of LA was referred by a girl who follows me on Instagram and had my name in her mouth, because here's the thing about social media, no matter what business or industry that you're in, always keep in mind that it's called top of mind, tip of tongue. And if you can stay on the top of their mind and day trade attention, you're gonna come out of their mouth in every conversation. They then become your marketing team for free. We're going to teach that.
Right.
We're going to teach that.
Yeah. And that's big right there, because a lot of people don't understand the power of really the online world and how they can literally go from scratch or take a brand new idea. And within 90 days, this business is profitable. It's generating $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 a month. And now they actually have the freedom to scale, grow their business, and finally take that vacation that they've been wanting to for some time. It's been so crazy because we've seen people be so stuck in their business that it's crushed their marriage.
Yep.
It's crushed relationships. Everybody's left them, right? Some of them, including their own kids, right? You know what I'm saying? And so we've seen that. And then we've also seen people literally just, it's almost like the rat race, right? Like the hamster, the little hamster that's spinning on the thing and they're trying to figure out whether they're not going anywhere.
Yep.
I love how Einstein said it. Doing the same thing over and over, expecting different results, we've heard this all before, is insanity, right? And so you need something new. And there's nothing wrong with something new. And so, guys, if this is resonating with you in any way, go ahead and schedule, that breakthrough session beneath this video. Click the button. We're going to love speaking with you and helping you grow. Okay, T, so I got another question for you.
Okay.
Right. And I promise, because I know we both got to go, right? But let's talk a little bit about balance, life balance, because I think that's where a lot of entrepreneurs get it wrong. They're not sure how to balance their life and have the true fulfillment, right? And really the biggest thing that we all want in our life is happiness. And I know there's somebody watching this right now and it's going to really touch them. How have you been able to keep the balance in life where you're, being fulfilled in everything else?
So for the first probably 6 years, being an entrepreneur, I didn't have any work-life balance at all. In fact, I just worked 7 days a week trying to figure things out. And I've over the last couple of years, I've eased myself into a tremendous amount of balance. I actually probably spend a lot more time with my family than I do in my business, but my business is thriving. As you know, we launched, my company DMP in the UK. I mean, in the UK.
Yeah. I mean, people, you told me this morning, somebody's trying to buy your business.
Someone's trying to buy my business right now. Right now. They want to wire hundreds of thousands of dollars this week, right now. And even still, like after we're done here, I'm going to go have lunch with my boyfriend, right? So it's like, you know, I believe that, here's what I believe, to be honest, the truth. We all have about 4 to 5 good hours that we really do put in some work. It's like 4 to 5 good hours. The other 20 hours or 19 hours, we're not really putting in the work that we need to see the results, because we have a peak performance. Everybody has this peak level of performance at a certain time of day. And unless you have self-awareness, you won't know what that time is. I do. So when I'm in the business, I'm producing, as you know, and as we do, we're in the business 3 or 4 hours, cranking out things that takes people 3 or 4 days. And so success loves speed. So when you operate with a sense of urgency, and speed equals wealth, when you operate with a sense of urgency, it then allows you to take a step back for a couple more hours and go enjoy your life. You know, like that balance is super important. And what I have found is that when we travel, I'll be in LA this weekend, when we travel, it actually also resets you. But the thing is that you got to have a business structure or multiple streams of income at some capacity, maybe different businesses that somebody owns 20% of. That way you have that balance too, because that's one of the things that I teach everybody. Don't just have one source of the business. You got to, you know, when ebbs and flows happen, you got to have multiple different businesses that you maybe own a percentage of that maybe can level the lower parts of your business when that happens. So, you know, I think it's about having more leverage, and any business can have that. And I think it's about recognizing that you have peak hours where you're really on top of your game. And then when you feel like you're not really peaking at that level, take a break. Go hang out with your family. Go have lunch with your boyfriend, your wife, your spouse, your friends. Go do something. And then come back. And then you probably feel a little bit more reset to put in 3 or 4 more good hours in.
Right. Yeah. And wow, you're so damn good. Oh my God. Right. I see now my Facebook was like, hey, we got to have her a part of what we're doing. Right. And so, you know, that's really powerful, because having that balance is everything. Right. Everything. And most people don't know that. They don't know how to even create it. And maybe, you know, you're listening and, you know, you've been trying to keep your head above water, and in whatever way possible, because you know, we see it all. We see the lack of money. We see lots of money and the lack of time. We see lots of time and the lack of great relationships. We see great relationships and then just the lack of future.
Yep.
Right. You know, that most people, they're just, you know, still just turning the wheels, and they're not being innovative. Like you mentioned, they're not staying on top of things, and it's causing them to not be happy. And so a little more about the program. I think another thing that you and I talked about, because we, you know, see a lot of our clients asking about this already, is, you know, us being able to actually travel to them to take a look at their business, or them coming to us, spending a day or two, so we can literally, like you said, look under the hood, see what's going on, provide some solutions, and make that happen. Yeah.
Yeah. And this is a huge one for us. And we've seen a lot of companies win. As you know, we work with car dealerships, come in, you know, they have their own team. So we just come in for a day or two. We look under the hood, we give them the exact plan, and then we help monitor that plan for them with our support team, our 24/7 access support team. And so, you know, this is something that you and I love to do. And what we've seen is the results are just so amazing. And the reason why this is so important, and you know this to be true, is that when everybody thinks they're babies too. Okay.
Yeah.
Everybody does. So when, as a business owner, right, as big as a car dealership or as small as a restaurant, we think our food's the best, our car's the best, our staff's the best. We just do. We do.
Right.
And so when you have the emotional attachment to it, it takes people who are not emotionally attached to it to come in and see it for really what's going on, for what it is. That way we can help maximize the results. And this has been a huge part of our success and the success of we've done this with.
Yeah. Oh my God, because you're right about that. Like, people, they're trying to figure out why their office isn't working correctly, or, you know, why things are slowing down. And it's because they fell in love with the assistant that they've had for 3 years. And now the assistant has already kind of moved on in her mind, and she's just getting a check.
Yep.
Right. And, you know, and they can't see that, but we come in and we say the assistant's screwing up your business.
Yep.
Right. Or your marketing is so bad, or your branding, or you're not even organized here. And many times you can't even see that, and you're trying to figure out why things are so slow, but we're able to come in immediately and see what's, T, it's so crazy because I've seen you literally dissect someone's business in 5 minutes and they're like, holy shit, they were losing hundreds of thousands of dollars a year.
In 5 minutes.
In 5 minutes.
It's when it's super clear. We know, we've been in businesses left and right, when you can clearly look and see it, you're like, this is the problem. And they're like, oh my God. And they have an aha moment, they have their own aha moment. We're like, I didn't even see that. It's like, that's why you pay us.
Yeah. And what's so crazy, because when we met back in 2013, you had a networking background with network marketing and some stuff at Six Figures then. I mean, this was, let's see, it's 2019 now, so 9, 8, 7, 6 years ago, right? How long have you been in business?
I've been an entrepreneur for the last 15 years. It'll be 6
Oh,
years.
wow. Yeah. And so you've been the last 15 years. I've been the last 11. And you've seen the best of the best, the worst of the worst. You went through all the struggles of it, right? So have I. You went through, making lots of money in this one business, and then all of a sudden the markets crash and, you're having to
start over.
Right? Start over, right? And so we've all seen that when something's working, make us lots of money. And then all of a sudden the marketplace changes because, we hear this all the time, is that the marketplace really doesn't give a fuck about what you think. Honestly, it cares about what the people want. And the people are going to tell you what they want, and you have to be moving your business forward. I love that. Moving forward. Yeah.
That was pretty profound, because you're right, that the market doesn't care about your business. It cares about the consumer. And if you're not fully aware, ask Toys R Us, ask Sears, ask all of these big companies who didn't see it. They didn't see what was coming. They didn't see what was happening, Yeah.
And so I think that's what's really powerful. And, one of the things that, as we're kind of just wrapping up this call, because I know some people are listening, they're like, oh my God, I need these two. Like, I need to hurry and get on the phone right now. So that, schedule breakthrough session button is beneath this video. Guys, again, you can go and choose a day that works for you, a time. We're going to reach out to you personally or someone from our team, and they're going to just verify, the information and different things like that. And we're going to do a call with you. In those calls, it's really, really powerful because, all we ask is that you be super honest with us, because that way we can be super honest with you. And then, we're going to give you an offer. And then from there, you'll be able to join pretty much our inner circle. And we're going to set some stuff up for you so you can start getting results right away. Our biggest thing is, we tell people you spend 90 days to a year with us, and you're going to see results like you've never seen before. But, T, here's the unfortunate thing right now, because some people are probably saying, well, what's the catch? Here's the catch, right? First of all, you have to have money. So this is not free, right? So, there's no way, right? We would love to do this for free for everybody, but, it's just impossible now because, we're getting so many speaking engagements. We're traveling. We're running multiple companies, right? T is doing a lot of stuff in cannabis right now, CBD. They have millions of dollars in products over there that they're doing. She's running that company over there. And then also I'm doing a lot in technology and app development. And so we're very busy. So we are extremely selective with who we work with. Final words. We're here. People ready to break through.
Yeah.
It's next level time. It's time to level up. It's time to step beyond the possibilities. It's really step into the infinite possibilities of where their life and business can go. T, what final words do you have for them, now?
You got to take action. Warren Buffett said the most lucrative investment you can ever make is in yourself. That'll yield the highest ROI any day of the week, more than the stock market, more than the cannabis space, more than anything. And so in order to get to the next level, you have to invest in mentors and coaches to help you go to the next level. And I've learned that from a professional standpoint. My life has become elevated by being around people who have been there, done that, bought the ticket. My life has been elevated. My financial life has been elevated by partnering with a $10 million person. So I believe wholeheartedly that you can't be half pregnant. You can't tiptoe through life and try to have different results by being half in something and, I'm going to test the waters. You got to go all in. and you got to bet on yourself. So here's what I would do. I would schedule your breakthrough call with myself and JB the Great, and let us take you to the next level. Give yourself permission to do that, because you deserve it. You deserve it. I deserved it at one time, but that's what I would do next. And I would do it right now, because success loves speed, and speed equals wealth.